Yo, what's up? It's your boy Marwin. Today, I'm dropping another flavor bomb. This one in the form of my version of orange chicken. Not only are we making orange chicken, but we're gonna serve it up as an orange chicken sandwich, right? So I'm taking a chicken breast, pounding it out, flattening it, making a hella crust. So you're gonna have a crispy fried chicken breast or chicken cutlet, whatever you wanna call it. Lace drip in this delicious, tangy, flavorful orange sauce. And I'm gonna assemble it on a sandwich. Fancy bun, fancy mayo, well seasoned. So stick with me for the entire video so you can see how this plays out. And if you dig it, hit that red subscribe button. You know what it is. Let's get to it. So believe it or not, I wanted the texture of a German schnitzel, where they take meat and then pound it out and fry it with a panko crust. Plus, I wanted the flavor of like orange chicken at your favorite Chinese spot, or even like a Panda Express. Then I had basil in the garden. So I started out by making the marinade, which is basically some buttermilk and fresh orange juice, fresh squeezed orange juice. And then of course, I'm gonna add a little bit of salt to make sure that brine, really works on the meat, as far as osmosis and making sure that you get that juicy, tender chicken breast. Yeah, I didn't have a mallet, so I just pounded it out with the bottom of a pan to get that flat texture I want. You want to bang these out or flatten these as evenly as possible to make for more even cooking, right? And then once you've got them in a Ziploc bag, you can marinate these for an hour, for me, overnight. So now I'm gonna start making my orange sauce, which is like, I start with some orange juice, more orange juice, some honey, to kind of sweeten things up a little bit of rice vinegar, some garlic and ginger, and some soy, and then lastly, some olive oil, plus a little bit of that orange zest, salt and pepper, and then I'm just gonna mix it all up together before I actually cook this down a little bit. So I'm gonna reduce it to a thicker, more syrup-like consistency. Not fully syrup, but I do want to reduce it by half. Then you see me, I'm adding like a slurry of cornstarch and orange juice as my thickener. Depending on how thick you want the syrup, you may not need it. You can just kind of cook it down as if you want. But I chose to make a slurry to thicken mine up, save me time as well. And then I'm gonna strain everything, take all of those solids out, and just leave that nice liquid base. And that's what I'm gonna use to coat my chicken in eventually, right? So now I'm gonna add my fresh herbs, as well as some both black and white sesame seeds. I don't wanna add these too early because they'll cook, and then those herbs will, the flavor in that will dissipate. And so we want that like fresh, herby flavor. So now I'm gonna start working on my seasoning. This is what I'm going to use for the coating. So I got some salt and pepper, onion powder, garlic powder, paprika, and a little bit of cayenne, some Creole vibes. And that's what I'm going to add to my panko crust. I want the season to be inside, outside, pretty much everywhere. So I'm seasoning at every step. So you want to coat the chicken, nicely coated, try to get those panko crumbs all over the chicken, coating all aspects of it. And then we're going to fry that at about 350 degrees. Depending on the thickness of the chicken, probably about 5 to 6 minutes per side. You be the judge. Just be mindful of those panko crumbs. You don't want to overly cook these and get them blackened, right? You still want that nice golden color on these chicken pieces, right? These are more like colors when you pound them out, so that's what we're working with. Now that mine are done, I'm gonna put them on a wire rack and let them cool a little bit before dipping them into my orange sauce mix. Look at the color. There's just so much flavor there. The texture's perfect, and that coating of orange sauce is just gonna make these oh so delicious. As you saw, I got the flavor on the inside with the buttermilk brine, and then I got the crust well seasoned. Now I'm just adding that sauce to just kind of elevate things and round it out. And that's my dish. So I am going to make a sandwich, but you can literally just eat these as is, you know, with the typical chicken breast or chicken cutlet. Just add these with some rice, some pasta, you know, some greens, some coleslaw, whatever you want to eat this with. But I want to make a fancy sandwich, starting with my tricked out, kicked up mayo. So, you know, they call it aioli. I'm just going to literally take some mayo, add some minced garlic to it, and, you know, some citrus and some salt. You know, got to have a little bit of salt, maybe even a little pepper if you're down. But my citrus is going to be lemon juice and a little bit of orange juice as well, just to go with that orange vibe. And then I'm going to add some more zest into the mayo, give it a nice mix, and I'm good. You can make this as thick or runnery as you want, depending on how much liquid you add to it. And now we're just going to assemble my sandwich. I got some fancy bread, ciabatta. You can use like brioche or just like a regular hamburger bun or bread. I'm extra generous with the mayo. I got some baby kale and some cucumbers or some pickles. However you want to rock with it. And then I'm going to layer my chicken breast on top. I'm good to go. I got my sandwich. It's fire. I mean, it's just fire. That's all I can say. So that's the dish. I mean, you can see, I mean, it looks like a lot, but it's really not. It doesn't take a whole lot to make the mayo or the sauce, but you get like unbelievable flavor. And because of the brine, you get really juicy chicken on the inside, which is perfect. Like, right, you want the juicy, tender interior and a crunchy texture on the outside with all of that flavor throughout the chicken. So that's the dish. If you like this, definitely leave a comment. Don't forget to hit that red subscribe button. Continue to get recipes weekly when I add new updates. Thanks. Peace out.